Hi all, right back to continue with more Skies Above Britain. Playing Chapter 1, Patrol 1, and this is my part 5. Right, I'm just looking at these. I don't think these should be here anymore because they don't seem to represent anything, I think. I think we've got Yellow Squadron there, which is there, Green Squadron there, which is there. Now there's what happened to the blue? Yeah, all the blue ones are away. The whole blue squadron's away. Sorry, I'm saying squadron. Sections. And then as for the other bit of red, it's here. And these are lost contact because that's shown there. And these are not. These are on here. So yeah, I don't think I need these for now. I dare say this is what happens. Things start breaking down a bit as the game moves on. Okay, yeah, not much nothing to talk about. I've not long put that last part, copied it across. So we're on the orders phase again. Escort stations are on the map. Visibility is, if it's not clouds, place bomber tiles. Yeah, we've done all that. Formations, squadron, flight or section that are on the interception map must be signed in order. Okay, immediately return to base. So we've got these both. And this one's sitting at high altitude, and I'm not that sure. Although I spent an extra fuel point to get that, didn't we? So if I do find out that's not right, thing is, if I'm going to start doing things with these now, then yeah. So the fact we are at high altitude there, does that make it any easier us going after these? Well, like I said, it felt like it was a bit of a mistake that last time to be considering putting effort into going for getting myself in a position to be able to go for the escorts, where I should more be spending time getting myself in a position. Wait, this isn't the starboard now, isn't it? Even that low flank intercepting bombers with the escorts in the trailing station, that's just a roll of 3 to get the bombers for that one. So that's what we're doing with that for sure. We're going to give that a bomber order. Now, what about the yellow one then? Yellow one's in the trailing position. So, if it considers the bombers, it's it's at high. Sorry, it's at high. It's a 9 though. Going for the bombers. So what is it? What is it if we maybe go in for the escorts with that then? Trailing, high, and they're in trailing as well. That's a 7 we need for that. So should we go, will we try that? Or would I be better manoeuvring myself? No, I think we should try and suppress this again. So I think, the only problem is now, it's only going to be 2 fighters going for it. So coming down to look at the suppression here, it's heavy. Yeah, I'm going to need an 8 to suppress it. Is that worthy of doing that? Okay, I've been maybe thinking there. I actually think I'm going to do a cruise order just to try and see how these things work as well. For yellow section here, and try and move them. But I was looking at how we go about that, and there's quite a bit involved in that, and that's kind of new to me as well. So coming down to you know what? That's us giving the 2 orders, right? So let's just go. We stick with the cards for now. So we've given the 2 orders. We don't need to give this lone fighter an order. He's in the. It's only the stuff that's on this interception map that needs to be given an order. So we've done that. And then we'll go 1 with a bomber order, which is card 16, and one with a cruise order is card 17. So obviously escort, defensive circle, escort suppression. So we're skipping all that. What am I looking for? Card 16, isn't it? So then we get to the bombers order. Is that because that's first in line, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Let's just do that, and then we can come to the cruise bit. We can come to that next, because we didn't do an escort order, right? So this is to try and intercept the bombers, and we felt like it wasn't a bad attempt at being able to do that. So if the attempt to intercept succeeds, right? Well, we're just going to go with this. So intercept the bombers chart. Right, and this is the green section, and he's in the starboard, he's low. So we come down here, so it's flanking, and he's low. So he's going to have to spend the fuel. And the escort station is in the trailing, it's 109s. Doesn't matter about being heavier or low, so it's a 3 we need for this. Low. Now the sun is up that way, but we're not at high altitude, so you've got to think it's still got to be at high altitude, isn't it? I mean, it says that every sun location has got starboard high. Well, it's got high sun. They've all got high, which kind of makes common sense, doesn't it? Let me just have a look though. Yeah, just looking at their page 33. It says out of the sun. Oh, in fact, I think it shows you on this chart here. It does, doesn't it? There, it's there. Out of the sun, if the area of formation is in a position with the sun, it earns the out of sun advantage. Your choice. Oh, it doesn't say that there. In the rulebook it says, if the area of formation is in a position with the sun and is high altitude, it earns the out of sun advantage. I mean, so, yeah, I mean, it doesn't say at high altitude there. Unless, read on, Grant, read on. No. Out of the sun. It earns out of the sun advantage, which is A, roll 2 dice and add the numbers together. Yeah, so these are, this out of the sun bit here is not for a reroll. You may spend 1 fuel to reroll, or you may apply the out of the sun benefit, which is roll 2 dice and add them together. Yeah, it must need to be at high altitude. Right, okay. So, well, we need a 3 or better. We're going to have to spend 1 fuel. This is green. We need a 3 or better. And remember, we could re-roll if things go wrong here. So it's green. Spend the fuel. We're getting close to the end. I can see us not getting much done here and having to return to base, I think. It was green, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we need 3 or better. And we don't want to spend any more fuel, so let's just get a 3 or better, Grant. Oh man, another one. What? Right, I'm going to spend that fuel, so green spent another one. Just doing that off camera. We're going to re-roll this. Right, 5. Go at that time. Okay, so success. Fighters intercept bombers without interference from escort. Yeah, if we'd failed that, yeah, we get attacked by the fighters, don't we? Remove the formation marker and place all of its fighters in the bomber formation area. Immediately play a bomber round Yeah, there it goes there. There it tells you their fighters already in the bomber formation area do nothing. So we're actually going to get this situation right now. So we remove that. They succeeded at their mission, their order. And we remove this. Now, do they become lost contact? No. No, because they're in the bomber formation area. That's a fine place to be. Okay, so I'm going to put that up there, and then we're going to take both the green fighters down into here. And now they were coming from the starboard, so I think that matters here. Which means we've got to flank, so we've got to come in from, well, no, we've got to come in from the starboard, which is right, isn't it? Port's left. But this guy who's already in this area, he doesn't get to participate yet. He's got to wait until the entropy bomber formation step. The entropy phase bomber formation. We are in the bomber segment right now, and I'll just show you that. So we're in this step here of the intercept sequence. We've succeeded, and we're now doing round 1 of the bomber cycle. But because that guy was there, he's not part of this. He doesn't get to come in and do that until we reach this bomber formation, and then that comes in there. And however, when we get this bomber formation, if we've got any of the green flights, green aircraft left in here, they can then join in again. They can then go in again and attack again. Pretty sure that's how that works. So let's get this out of the way for now, and we're going to have. Well, yeah, this is our first attempt at the bombers, isn't it? So we've got to come in from the starboard, is that right? Bombers order, go to car B1 bomber cycles update. Yeah. So we're going to do B1, which is approach. Oh, well, actually, that might tell us here then. So we're going. This is the bomber cycle. So it says, might tell us here where we've got to come in. Where we've got to come in. I think we have to come in from the starboard. Each RAF fighter in the bomber formation area engages a bomber or must return to base. Exception, RAF fighters that are already engaged or have a delay marker may not return to base. Remove delay markers already in play. Then choose an approach angle, nose, the 2 flanks, port and starboard, or tail, and place RAF fighter next to the bomber in that position. If it is bomber cycle round 1, RAF fighters must approach. Yeah, there we go. If it's bomber cycle round 1, RAF fighters must approach from the same angle that they entered the bomber formation in the intercept phase. Yes. Okay, so it is bomber cycle round 1, so we've got to come in from the starboard, I think. Now, well, the two tiles up here are the one. What we want to try and do is break these apart. And we'll see that on the cards. I mean, I say it's not as important now because we're not getting victory points for this, but really, yeah, we're not, because the raid's now moved into outbound. Well, at least I think it is. It's in between the inbound and outbound, so whether we're completely in there or not, I don't know. Don't know that one for sure. So I'm going to have green leader. I mean, we only have the 2 aircraft, so it's not. Yeah, breaking one of them off is not. What this is the tile you want to try and break away, isn't it? Because then that splits that away, and also these 2, so you end up with 3 on their own. Should I be just going for that then, or should I try and go for the ones that have already taken some damage? I've not got enough of a force here to really mess about, really. Yeah, well, I'll try and go for this one, I think. I think that's maybe more sensible. Although it might not be. It might be a case of try and get a bomber down, get a victory point or 2. Yeah, that might be more. Yeah, maybe we should do that, actually. So yeah, I'm actually going to go for that one then. And in fact, I'm going to put them both in on, in on that. So they fight these individually. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's put them both in there. So they come from the same angle, and that's round one. Okay, so we've got our approach set up. We're now going to burst. So we're going to area fighters without delay markers attack bombers. Area fighters with delay markers skip this step. Yeah, if you've got a delay marker, it means you want to come in from the tail. You want to tail them, and you get a better chance. But you're delayed one round by that. In fact, is it nose and tail? I think it is. Anyway, pile results in any order. Yeah, by drawing a bomber card, each fighter's attack, right? If it is bomber cycle round 1 and only round 1, fighters that entered the bomber formation area from the nose low or the tail angle are penalised, yeah. Nose low, we ignore disruption, and if it's coming from the tail, it's the hit. You draw 2 hit markers if you get hit, and you've got to keep the worst one. Exceptions are only these penalties in the chase or straggler attack. Against Stukas, apply tail penalty. Only if it's a tail high attack. Ah, right, okay. So normally it'd be tail low or high, but if it's Stukas, which it is here, it would be it would need to be a tail high attack to get the penalty, rather than just low or high. Right, okay. Well, that's not going to apply to us anyway, because we're coming in from the flank, and that only happens in round 1, so it's not going to happen in this bomber cycle at all. Right, so I'm going to do green leader first, and we're going to draw. So it's from the bomber deck, and it's a light bombers because they're Stukas. So I'm just going to come back here, and we're going to draw a bomber card. Now it's, well, they're always the bomber attacks are always individual fighters, and not full squad sections. It's Stukas we're fighting. Now there's different. This is a whole combined tile. It's like all in one. Now, if we were fighting this on its own, there's a different bit to look at on the card. And also, if we break that down and just end up with one fighter, like if we happen to break it down and we've just got one fighter, then there's a different bit to look at on the card, which I'll just show you in a second. So, right, so here we go. So there's a one that we are going to be doing, because there's more than one tile joined together. That's if a tile was isolated, and that's if it was just an aircraft on its own. That's if we're coming from the nose, that's if we're coming from the tail, and that's if we're coming from either flank. So that's the one we're doing, and that's the one. So cross-reference that, that's the one we're doing. Well, straight off, that's a good start. That means a damage. That means return fire, and that means 10 for is that suppression, yeah. So hang on, I'll get these symbols out so we can have a look. Right, hang on, I'm going to put these cards away actually. I'll just put them down the side because I can just show them when I draw them. This is something that you'll just get used to, and you won't need to look at this. Okay, so, but this is quite important to look through, I suppose. So we got 1 damage. Here damage, right? So bomber, draw a damage. This is for if it's a bomber. You can get this for a fighter as well, but so we're going to draw a damage marker and apply it to the bomber. If there is a number printed on the marker, roll a die check for catastrophic effect equal to or higher triggers the effect. So I'm going to draw a damage counter. We're drawing a couple of these already for the flak thing, so it's just one of them again. Hope for something a bit better with maybe the catastrophic on it. Right, here we are. Right, so it's not a Spitfire, so we're on the other side, but that is going to be good because that is engine and it's got that arrow, and that's what it is for a Hurricane. Now, remembering when that destroys him. That destroys him. Ha, that's amazing. Because the Stukas only take one engine hit to destroy. So, but the red arrow would generally mean that it's fallen, and it says the bomber falls out of formation, place a fallen marker on it, and add a lone bomber marker to the bomber formation area. So, what we would do there, if he wasn't getting destroyed, we would place. I had one of the aircraft out already, didn't I? Yeah, no. So what we would do is we would place a fallen marker here, and then this would then break away, and it would go in a separate sort of bat. I'll just zoom out there to make space. So maybe we could just put it across there, facing the same direction, and then the damage that it had on it would go back on it as well. However, and then this engine damage, that's an automatic. If there'd been a number there, we'd have to roll for it, but the engine ones are automatic, and that means that they fall. But however, one engine damage on a Stuka is enough to destroy it. So we didn't need to do that. Basically what we needed to do was that, flip that over. The downside to that is that this fighter's already committed to attack this, and we've already destroyed it. Now there's other things to do here, Grant, isn't there? Because of that, we need to know who. No, it was him that done. It was him that had the kill. Yeah, it's the leader. So let us get our pilot roster there and mark him. So he's just killed the bomber. Now, was it green leader is veteran P. So that is Parsons. He's just had a bomber kill. So I'm going to mark a little 1 down there on his bomber. Ah, good stuff. Okay. Now, so back to the card though, because there's more to deal with here. That was just the first bit of things. And yeah, here's where this disruption bit is where you may want to do things in a different order, because the more things that you can get on the tile, the better it is. So, well, you know what? I'll come back to the return fire bit. Let's look at this disruption bit. It's got a 10 on it, so it's, yeah, we're not going to be able to do it with this. But what that does is, if fighters and markers on the bomber formation equals or exceeds the disruption number, the bomber tile is isolated, separated from other tiles. So if we had 10, because these are all joined up, if there was 10 tokens, if you like, on these, this counts as 1, this counts as 1, this counts as 1, this counts as 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. But if there was other ones on any of these tiles, it would all add up to this, because these are all joined together. And then if we had the 10, it would isolate this tile, so it would separate it from all the rest. And then, yeah, that's what would happen. So that's not going to happen, but that's why you can sometimes want to do the damage result there first to get other tokens on the tiles, to then maybe have a chance of that 10. So that's sometimes when you want to do them in a different order. So that's not going to happen. The other one is R, which is return fire. So this is the not so good bit for us. Means they are going to return fire on us. So we draw a return fire marker, apply its result, and put the marker back in the cup. Exception: if hit or green hit, flip it to its hit side, attach it to RAF fighter. Right, so we draw, basically this is just a hit chip, but we're looking at the other side of that. So we go draw a hit chip. The majority of these are actually hits, I think. When I was practicing, it was more likely to be a hit. And there you go, it is. So that's the backside of it. So it is a hit. And then, unfortunately, now we turn it over to see what it is. Right, it's not bad, it's a 5. So 5 to the fuselage, so that goes on him. And there are some non-hit things that do some bad things as well, so it's generally not good. Return fire is not going to be good. So that's that, and that's us done. That's the leader done his attack on the bombers, but because he's committed now, he has to now draw a card, and the only thing what does it say? Does it tell us here somewhere? Obviously, if we draw a damage result, it's going to do nothing. It's kind of common sense, isn't it? It's just, but the other results are, will even return fire? I think so. I think that's going to happen as well. Where could I maybe see this bomber? Right, hang on. Yeah, here it is. It's on page 23. That's no target. It says question mark. If you assign more than one RAF fighter to approach the same bomber and the bomber becomes fallen, well, it's became destroyed. Alright, hang on then, that's not the right bit. Well, read on. If it becomes fallen, all of the RAF fighters approaching it remain engaged and may attack it, bottom row of the card. Yeah, what it means is they come off there, we take the fighter up there, and then they come out here and attack it separately. Yeah, it's going to tell me just after this. So, if the bomber is destroyed before a fighter gets a chance to perform the burst step, draw a bomber card and apply all results except damage. Same row as previous attack. So we're using the same row. So we've got to draw a card and everything's going to apply except any damage. So, and it's the same row that we've done for the last one if it happened to change. So it's this row, it's light starboard, it's here. So that's what we're going to do. Fortunately there's no return fire or ammo loss. So the C we've done already is a collision. So can that still apply? That seems harsh. Well, it did say everything except damage, the damage result. Right, hang on though, hang on. Do we not want to, because if there was a collision right now, we might want to check this disruption because it's only 5. Well, the disruption for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, unfortunately. So it's only 4. One more and we would have then isolated that tile. So that doesn't apply. So let's do the C, the collision. So it's only if it's a 1. It's an 8, so we're okay. I think I would have been going looking that one up if it had come as a 1, that. Just maybe to confirm. Oh, it does say in the rulebook, that's the only thing you ignore is the damage result. So, whereas the theme of that could be that he's crashed into it. Yeah, it could be he's crashed into it as it's going down, maybe. Something like that. Okay, that's our cycle finished. That's our burst finished. So now we go, the next card, right, I'll just show you, the next card is disengage. All RAF fighters engaged with bombers, disengaged by moving away from them. Exception if they've delayed, and there's also an exception if they're in the tail approach, they may choose to remain engaged in the tail approach. Well, there's no fighters, sorry, the bomber's gone, and yeah, these are going to disengage, Grant. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I'm forgetting we can still carry on here. So these both disengage. That's right. You're right. Yeah, RF fighters engaged with bombers disengage. Well, they weren't engaged with that bomber anymore anyway, were they? Well, it doesn't matter. I think they automatically disengage because the bombers went down. So then the next card is a hit check. So we check each hit marker attached to an RAF fighter. We do have one of them. So we've got a 5 in the fuselage. So we're kind of looking for this one. Nice high roll. Yes, it's a 9. So that's good enough. 6 would have been fine as well, Grant. So good. That's just a trivial hit, so that goes back in the cup. And we move on. That's a hit check. So then resume. Right, after all hit markers have been checked, the bomber round ends. Return to the main deck and resume whatever sequence the game is in, either the raid vector sequence or the interception sequence. So it's not a case I got a little bit confused at this the first time I looked at it because I thought we kept going through the bomber cycle. That's not the case. So it tells us to go back to where we were in the sequence of play. And where we were in the sequence of play, we were dealing with the bomber's order. So that did create, and just looking at the sequence of play again for that, just to look at it on the official document. That's where we were there. We succeeded. We've done round 1 of the bomber cycle. Zoom out a bit. So we've done round 1 of the bomber cycle. And then when we resumed question mark, it then takes you down where you're at the RAID vector sequence. You go back to, well, actually, if you were in the RAID vector sequence, you would go back to the bomber cycle. However, we're in the interception sequence, so we resume the interception sequence of where it was, So that's the bomber's order. So you can see that the next thing we're going to check is the cruise. So, and we've got an order for that. So we're going to move on to the next card, which is the cruise order. And we'll come back to the bombers though. They're going to get another shot shortly. Right, so this was kind of new to me, this as well. So resolve each formation's cruise order one at a time. There's only one. If there are no escort station markers in play or all suppressed, success is automatic. Well, there is one in play. If there are any unsuppressed escort station markers in high, port, starboard or low, or if one is in the sun, roll a die and consult cruise check table A. Well, it's not, and that's why I kind of went for this, because it's better. It's in trailing. So it's not in low, port, high, starboard, or it's not in the sun as well. So that means we don't check table A, we check table B, and it's slightly better. So roll a die and consult cruise check table A, and if it succeeds, the order's carried out. If it fails, then you draw a Luftwaffe advantage card and you have a dogfight. If there are any unsuppressed escort station markers in stations other than those listed above, which is the one that we've got trailing, the order succeeds, but roll a die and consult cruise check table B. Okay, it doesn't go on and tell you any more about that, but I've got the cruise check tables here on this player aid. So I need to zoom out a bit. So this was the table A one. And you can see these are quite high to beat as well. Because this was high station or in the sun. That's trailing station. No, it's trailing station because that doesn't apply here. Yeah, it doesn't apply to this table. So we need to look at this table. So we've got heavy, and we're going to roll dice, and if we get a 5 to 9, if we get a 4 or less, no effect. So that's kind of what we want, I think. If we get a 5 to 9, it says shift, move one escort marker. Oh, it's a misprint there. Mark it to a station nearest the formation's new position. Oh, right. Sorry, I misunderstood that. Right. Okay. Because we succeed automatically with this cruise order, and we get to move this right away. So, and with the cruise movement, and I'm going to get away with this because you know how I said I'm not sure if this should be high altitude or not. Well, with using the cruise, it means I can not only move this somewhere, but also change its altitude. So I'm getting away with, if I did have it wrong and it shouldn't be at high altitude, I'm moving it to high altitude now. So let me just check cruise. Yeah, so table A procedure, table B procedure. Because where the escort station is, we use table B. So it says first move the formation to another position or altitude or both. This automatically succeeds. Then consult table B and roll a die. So there's a chance this is going to move closer to us. So I had looked and thought, yeah, because see the sun's up here. Oh, hold on. Was I not meant to roll a die and move the sun? We did that, didn't we? I think was it up there and it moved to there? Oh god. Yeah, when we were doing the raid vector thing, I definitely rolled the die and it was an odd or even result, wasn't it? I'm trying to find the card that there it is there. So new sun position. If it was, I think it was on the flank at the. Oh no! It moved from port. It moved from port across, didn't it, to starboard? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That was fine. Okay, yeah, I'd kind of forgot. I didn't think I'd moved it. So I think what I'd like to do is move up to starboard high, and then I'm in the sun. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to remove that cruise marker now because that's. We know what we're doing. And if I wasn't at high altitude, I've moved up to high altitude now. But I still like the answer there if somebody wants to chime in and let me know if I did do that right or not. So then he's at starboard high now. So now we come down and do this die roll, because this might then move, it would move to here or here, I think, which could be kind of annoying. Or the other one is break, and it breaks into two white ones as well. See, you break, I don't know if you can quite see that down the bottom. Replace the heavy escort marker with two light escort markers and place one in a station nearest the formation's new position. I don't know where the other one goes. Oh, there's the other one, just stay where it is. Ah, yeah, it must be. Okay, so I'm going to roll here on the heavy side. So, ideally a 4 or less, I think, because I don't even want to move in. But, well, let's just see. So, nice low roll this time. Oh, perfect, a 2. I think that's good anyway. It's usually you're wanting high numbers, so 4 or less, no effect. So nothing changes there. The heavy 109 stays in the trailing station position. And yeah, that's all good. Okay, right, moving back to the next card. There's some moving things about here, books and charts and lots of stuff in this game as well. Okay, hang on a second. Right, so I think that's that cruise order finished. So next card, this should move us into the entropy phase. Yeah, it does indeed. So bomber formation, if none of your RAF fighters are in the bomber formation area, skip entropy phase and go to card 20. Well, that's not the case this time. We do have bombers in the bomber formation area. And this is now where this guy can participate as well. So yeah, so we're going to go, and then again looking at the bomber formation, we're going to go to the bomber cycle again. We're going to cycle through that once more, and then at the end of it we're going to resume back to the interception sequence, which is then, well, basically then we move on from that to chase to that, and then we have to cycle through again and we get another bomber cycle. But we do have another bomber cycle now. Does it say unengaged fighters in the bomber formation area must return to base or attack bombers? Well, we're going to attack some bombers. If already engaged nose or tail position with a bomber, fighter must attack it. To make this attack, go to card B1, bomber cycle subdeck. Right, okay. Right, hang on, I need to take a short break. Right, okay, so bomber cycle, and again the first card we draw is approach. Now, what we is it just the tailing one that is a delay, or is it tailing and nose? Delay, maybe if I look up delay markers, actually 20 and 36. Delay. Maybe page 20, that's one. Sorry, I should probably be pausing right now. Approach angle. The first round, RAF fighters must approach from the angle corresponding to the route into the bomber formation area. during the intercept phase. Oh, hold on then. I mean, do these have to come in again from the... Because, I mean, this is still round one of the bombing cycle, isn't it? Or does this count as round two for these guys? I think it will, actually. And I want to say that this guy came in, the way he comes in, I think he gets to choose whatever. I think that's right. Starting with round two, fighters may engage bombers from any angle. However, engaging from the tail or the nose imposes a 1 round delay. Indicate this by placing a delay marker on those fighters. If you're already on the tail, you can stay there after the next round. And then what happens, round 3 at the start of each approach step, remove the delay markers and play, and then those fighters may not engage a different bomber, and they must engage the bomber that they're delayed with. Well, I don't really want the delay bit, I want to kind of get on with it, I suppose. So I think we'll stick with... Hang on. I've done something wrong. I didn't attack that one. Did I not attack this? No, I didn't. I changed my mind. No, I did attack that, Grant. I did. Well, I'm not sure what to go for here. I mean, obviously, if we knock another one of these guys out, then that isolates that tile. But I mean, this one isolates all 3 of these tiles. If we can knock it out, but then we've only got 3 fighters, so I don't want to go. I don't really want to delay just now. We've only got the 3 fighters. If we maybe had more. It's great. You see the practice scenarios, you get 12 fighters to get to do what you want. Or that's the one that the last one I think I done. You had all 12 fighters. It's great. So I think I'm going to just go here, put the leader first. I'm going to put both of these on the guy on the left there. Flank coming in from the flank, and I'll try the red one on the guy in the front again, just flanking. And we might get lucky, maybe something like that. Yeah, I think this must be classed as round 2. It's like I say, see when you're doing the training bit, this is all. It just continues. This is all broken up now. It's a wee bit different. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to go these 2 on that guy and that one on that guy. So we're going to get the burst. So I'm going to do... well, we'll do red 3 first. Get him out of the way, see how he gets on. So from the flank, drawing the bomber card. And remember, these tiles are also connected. So it's the connected tiles. Starboard or port. That's not good. So it's a return fire, and we need a 12 to disrupt. And we're not going to get that. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all we've got. So the return fire means we draw a hat. Yeah, that was pretty terrible. You can see if we can isolate a tile, I'm looking at them and the results can be much better. Sometimes they're still bad though, I think. Right, so we get what's on this side. Oh, that's a good one. Unless he's green. That means if he's green, he's going to take this hat. Red 3. Red 3 is... Oh, he is green. Like... Every... Yeah, red 3. He's in that. He's green. Oh, that's typical. Right, so I flip this over and he takes this hat then. I assume we just... take the one that's there, yeah. Oh, that was a bit unlucky. So we got a 9 on him as well. So, good luck with that. So that was that. Nothing else there. So we'll put that away, and right, we're going to draw for green leader then. It's the same box in here. Right, this time we got what is that again? Is that the dorsal one? Dorsal gunner, that means. There it's there on the thing. Bomber suffers fuselage damage. Place a dorsal marker on the bomber. Henceforth, cancel hits for RAF fighters in the tail approach. So, if we were going after him now from the tail, we wouldn't, any return fire hits, it wouldn't hit us. So there's a marker for that, and that's it there. So that goes on him. The other one was a 9 to disrupt, and you can see again, like putting that on first before doing the disrupt adds another counter to the tile, so helps you towards the 9. We've not got 9, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's that. So we'll still not got that. So finally, green 2, using the same, in there, yeah, that's bad. So return fire and an 8, and we've not got 8. So it's just going to be a return fire on him as well. And we get, it's a hit. Oh, that's another 9. Dear me. I can see this being a pretty bad patrol, this one, I think. Okay, so that's a burst over. So we now disengage. So we can just move these off. Right. And alright, so that's us disengaged, and now we're going to do our hit checks, aren't we? Yeah, so we're going to do a hit check. So this one, a 9 for the engine. Well, they're both 9s, so the green one first. Right, that's cocked, that dice. I mean, I don't think we were going to get a result, but there is a 10 that's like there, so I'm going to re-roll that. Might give us a chance. Or not. Right, and then the other guy's a 9 as well. And he's gone as well. So both of these, this one goes to the engine fate box. Green 2 he has. Engine fate box is up there. And then the other one goes to the wing fate box. This is here. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 5 left. Okay. And we've only got the one fighter now down in the bomber formation area. So then we resume, we go back to the main deck. So the next card is Escort Reaction. So if one or more RAF fighters are in the bomber formation area, draw an Escort Reaction card. Draw only one card. Draw only one card no matter how many RAF fighters there are in the bomber formation area. Right, so we're going to do that now, because there is one fighter. So an Escort Reaction card, right, this one's new. Yeah, and I'm a little unsure how to deal with that. What I know I didn't want to see was ambush down the bottom here. So, well, we need to have some understanding of this, I think. Apply the results of the Escort Reaction. And there's a legend to this. It's not on the map, so... Oh, is it on... Must be on a player aid somewhere, you would think. Hang on until I try and find something. I've got this on this player aid, so Escort Reaction. One or more RAF fighters in the bomber formation area, draw an Escort Reaction card, one card only, apply results. If instructed to draw one or more Luftwaffe advantage cards, this triggers an immediate dogfight. If engaged at the end of dogfight round 1, the RAF fighters lost contact. Okay, so I'm assuming if he's in the bomber formation area and he becomes lost contact, then he's removed from the bomber formation area, I would assume that sounds like that's how it should work. So on this card we've got, I think you do these in an order of results. Yeah, we do these in this order. What page is this on though? This is the rulebook 36. Just to glance across if I need to. So Clouds Escape. Right, so it's not telling, it's just, yeah, I do need the rulebook then. It's only if there's clouds, I think. So looking across here, page 36 of the rulebook, escort reaction card. The card tells you many things. Follow this procedure. Well, I'm not better just looking at the rulebook then, rather than that player aid. I think I am. Yeah, because it's got that legend at the side as well anyway, so. But it's not really, I don't, unless it, was it on there? Escort reaction. No, I'm not really seeing. I think I need this for now anyway, until I know what the symbol, what they all mean. So Clouds Escape. If visibility is clouds, roll a die. If not clouds, skip to help arrives. Right. Well, it's not clouds. We are sitting at haze, so we can skip that, and I think that would be rolling a die for that. I think that means the bombers might get away or something. Something like that, I don't know. Right, so help arrives. So, and that's the red. Yeah, we kind of do need that legend for that. You can see it's the little red card. I think these are advantage cards with flapper ones. So help arrives, it says, if a card icon appears in a station occupied by an unsuppressed escort station marker, draw a Luftwaffe advantage card to initiate a dogfight in the bomber formation area. German fighters from that escort station engage your fighter. Do not move or change the escort station marker. Right, hang on, let me guess. If a card icon appears in a station, draw a Luftwaffe advantage card to initiate a dogfight in the bomber formation area. Okay. Right, well, there's all the cards. Zoom out a little bit. I hope we're seeing that all right. It's looking really dark. It's the sun coming in the window for me. You can see that there's two there. There's one at the high, one at the low, two at the port, one ahead, and that's starboard, isn't it? There's where our escort station has got heavy 109s trailing. There's not a card with that, so that's a good thing, I think. You can see if it had been, let's say we'd been at the port, there's two cards there, but we've only got one fighter. So my thinking of that is, I mean, I've not finished reading that, fair enough, but my thinking is, let's just say we had 4 fighters in the bomber formation area, we draw 2 Luftwaffe advantage cards, and they would attack 2 of them, probably randomly. The fact there's only one, I'm guessing we would only draw 1 card, and the other one would just not get used. So moving on, starting with 109 escort station markers immediately draw a Luftwaffe advantage card for each card icon and apply each card to one RAF fighter. Select RAF fighters randomly, unless one has a delay marker. Yeah, I remember that, so I'd set my guys up doing one of the training things, and I had about 3 or 4 of them with delays on that, and then we had to draw these cards, and all the delay markers just get removed. So, which makes sense to go after them first. Regardless of the number of card icons, do not draw more cards than there are RAF fighters. Yeah, so that's just what I said there, right? So, well, we've none of that, so we can move on to the next bit. Now, that says reduce escort. It's got R as any, and R109s, 109s only. Well, looking at the card, you can see that it's only an R there, and that's in the starboard station. There's no escort stations there, so that's not going to apply either. If a reduce icon appears in a station, reduce the escort station marker there, if any. Heavy escort becomes white, and if already white is removed in play. In some cases, reduction happens only if the escort station marker represents 109s. Yeah, so if it had the R with the 109 underneath it, then it would only be 109. So that doesn't apply. Shift escort is the next bit. So if port station is empty ahead, moves there. This is the little bit text here. So if port station is empty, a head moves there. That's exactly what's on that. So I'm assuming these could be different though. So if port station is empty, right? So if this was empty and didn't have an escort station marker on it, and there was one in the head, it would move to port. Right, that's not the case as well. We've only got this one in the trailing. So I don't think anything's going to happen here. And then the last one is ambush. And it shows you there if it's got ambush and then it's got a card 109s. Well, it would just show down the bottom there. It's not on this card, which is good. So I don't think anything's going to happen. I think we've got away with one here. If the ambush note appears in the bottom right corner, draw a Luftwaffe advantage card and apply it to the section. Right, so it's not going to apply. So we get away with that. Escort reaction. Let's see what was over the page. It's on the chase. So let me just switch it out of the way again. And I'm going to bring my sequence of play for a moment. Just to keep, I like to see where that's moving along. It's a beautiful sequence of play, really. You know, although then we've got these sequence of play cards, which are nice to sort of cycle through and whatever it is. I suppose you probably use these while you're winning the game, and then you just move on and maybe just use this, you know, and then you know exactly what step you're on, and you can deal with that maybe. But yeah. Okay, so I think we've done everything there. By the results, no dogfights, right? So that was escort reaction. So now we've got escort exit. Oh, and this, no it's not. Why does that come up with chase? Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. Yeah, I'm jumping ahead. I was looking at the wrong bit. Okay, so chase. Okay. So, well, we've only got our the red section left that's lost contact. So we might as well try and chase with them. Yeah. So I think that's on the map, this one, isn't it? Let's see if we can just get away with this. To attempt chase, select the lost contact section or RF, roll 1 dice for a section. Yeah, we are a section because there's 2 of them, but they're joined together. So we're in haze. The escort is heavy. So it's a 6, but remember a 1 to 3 would be an interception. So we're looking for a 6. So we're going to try and chase these 2 red fighters back from being lost contact. So we need a 6 or higher, and there's a 9. Good. Actually, hang on there, Grant. We need to roll another dice to see where they come in. So it's a section, so yeah, we'll just roll it first and deal with it later. There's a 1. Ugh. That means it's port O. Yeah, that's the worst one. So, however, anyway, so we're taking these. These are now not lost contact. In fact, I can flip this over, I think. And we need to take the little red section marker. Yeah, because they start there still. Because the yellow one's down here as well. And then we place that in, what was that? Port low. Oh, it's at the port. Aye, that's probably better then. Sorry, I was thinking it was tail or trailing. No, it was a 1 we rolled, or a 2. That was a 1, yeah. So we're starting at the port, like that, at low altitude. There we go. Okay, good. So that was the chase step. So now we should be moving on to checking the patrol complete situation. That's probably is a good position just to stop again though. Yeah, well, we're moving on to patrol complete. I always like to leave it, if I can, so that I'm not coming back having to look at the video footage to find out where I'm at. So, you know, yeah. Sometimes I can get caught though and have to go away, then have to leave things. Yeah, I think I will, because it's just about an hour there, isn't it? So, patrol complete. If all RAF fighters on the RTB track or fate boxes, the patrol ends. That's not the case yet, but we're going to have to watch now, I think. fuel's going to become an issue. You can see when it goes in here, there's little parachutes there. So there's a chance the plane ditching, I think, and we've got to maybe roll for bailout. I mean, maybe yellow and red have got a bit more time. They are the ones that are just on here now, so yeah, to be honest, I'm saying we've only got 5 aircraft left, haven't we? Yeah, the one here and then these 2. So yeah, we can probably push it one more stretch. Hopefully these can get. I feel like he might have a chance from there because his port, which I realised was a better place to be. And Martin, I think, replied saying that these are the worst. These are better, and I think the nose is the best. I think that's what he said. It sounds all like it should be, but obviously being in the sun as well is huge. It's good the way that's been designed like that. Really good, really clever. But okay, I will leave it with us waiting to check the patrol, because we've got, if some RAF fighters are still in play, we're going to go to card 22. So I won't turn the card over yet. I'll just leave it like that, and then I can move on that card when I come back. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get another part in tonight. Really quite enjoying this, even though it doesn't look like we're doing very well at all. But yeah, I feel like I'm going to be tempted to push on and finish this patrol and hopefully start the second one, and see how we get on from there. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Cheers.